Now I ended the video.
Perfect timing, because we're starting this session right now. Welcome back, everyone, to StackedDiceRP. My name is Zach, or Nazarashi1993. Austin, turn your camera back on.
No. Dude, I'm eating wings. Fuck off.
You're fine.
I'm fucking red as shit.
I'm ugly, and I'm still on camera. What's your problem?
Cool. Good for you.
So, starting off the session like we usually do, we're going to start off with a RP question. Last week's was your character's current appearance. This week, what location encountered in the campaign so far has your character felt the most at home in, or generally liked the most?
Well, Kailani can start that off. When we were in Lake Inishir.
Yep, the lake right outside East Haven, yeah.
Yeah. In our boat, or swimming down and getting the chest, that buried treasure. Doing backflips off the boat. Yeah, riding on some seals. She was definitely in her element.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I would say Cass was definitely at home when he was at home. In the cave with the Yetis. That's probably when he had, I would say, no fear whatsoever. He wasn't worried about a thing. I know these guys were kind of a little terrified, but you know, Cass wasn't. He was in good shape, so he wasn't going to let anything happen. But yeah, that's probably Cass's for sure.
Okay. Craig?
I don't know if I have an actual direct answer to this. There really isn't anything that's happened. Yeah, I think Cray's really just been at home when we've been traveling, just because that's what we're just so used to doing. I would say the few moments we've had back at the house where we actually had a chance to relax and kind of go back to the old ways of helping Xanavor, just kind of doing stuff with the experiments. I think he was at home there, but I would say probably mostly just when we're traveling, just because that's what he's used to doing.
We built Kailani like a big fish tank in the house. Just like a big hot tub or something somewhere.
I mean, we have a little fish tank in our house at the moment that's currently being filled up, so...
Can we also notate that a hot tub isn't a fish tank?
Yeah, but it's water. It would make her happy.
You gonna cook all the fish in it?
Wait, no, we don't cook our food in there.
But it's a hot tub, so it would cook any fish you put in there.
Okay, fine. A swimming pool. I want a swimming pool in the new house.
I mean, it is negative 53 degrees outside right now, but...
Right.
Well, the man-made lake. Jeez.
Xanavor.
Fine, guys. Let's just not do any of my fun ideas. Jeez.
Xanavor, how about you?
I'd say when he's just off studying on his own. I mean, don't get it wrong, the new camaraderie's refreshing, but he's usually a loner, and having Cray around him is usually when he's in his element. He just likes to be off doing his own thing with his research, trying to advance what he's trying to accomplish.
Okay.
Which is...
You get to ask him, I'm not going to tell you.
I actually have a more direct answer as I've been thinking. I would say Cray was really, felt in his elements when he was out by himself scouting out the town of Targos, yeah. I think that was... because that was really what he would do. He would go around at night and just, scout around the city for things what he could take to survive and do, and I think he was really in his element there.
Okay. Arwen?
Arwen felt more comfortable whenever we were outside in the woods. And just pretty much just being out in the snow and traveling, really. I mean, she doesn't really have a homestead to really feel comfortable yet.
Okay.
I mean, she does, but she doesn't.
True. Haven't visited Mom's house yet. Zanzikoth.
Probably on our way to Kelvin's Cairn when we were just out in the wilderness. away from all the fucking cities.
Where have you felt the most at home? My party? Out in the middle of nowhere. I dig it.
And that's how he's been. He was just out in the wilderness on his own for the past 15 years.
Out in the middle of nowhere or bottom of the deep blue sea. Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
But we all have a house, and we're like, we have a homestead. It's just weird. None of us really thought to say our actual house, but
My dude doesn't like
haven't-
cities.
We also haven't been there.
yeah.
Stayed the night like twice.
Yeah. We spent the night.
I mean,
That's
in the 2 nights we stayed there, Zanzikov did all kinds of renovations in the barn.
Yeah, not even the main house, just outside.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about the house. I just got my place set up.
It was productive 2 nights, is all I was saying. A lot accomplished in those 2 nights. For Zanzikov, at least.
Alright. Does anyone want to do recap, or I can? For last session.
Oh, that's got to be you. don't
I
think
know it was 2
anybody-
weeks ago, so.
No, I got it, but Nas do it.
I got it, but you do it.
I got it, but you know what? Go ahead.
No, I know what happened, but you can go ahead and do it.
Okay. You guys made your way back to East Haven. Waking up in the morning, you found the Shawinga on top of Cass's head again. It was kind of mocking him. Zanzikoth and Xanavor left the house early and made their way to the White Lady Inn. On the way, Xanavor decided that he was going to down a jar of moonshine.
Yeah, not my best choice of words, which led to unfortunate circumstance.
I mean,
Downing-
I listened to
that-
it today, and you're just like, I down it. You didn't even know what it was. He just handed you something. You're like, I'm going to finish the bottle. It could have been a vial of acid for all he knew. But,
One way to
that
go.
just reminds me of Crit Roll. Oh.
but after drunkenly being carried, you made your way all the way to the White Lady Inn. Met the lady that handed you guys all lanterns and talked about the Shawingas. Did a vibe check on her. Good vibes. Went inside, talked to the bounty hunter that gave you the quest for Sepik. Confused by the fact that you brought back a bottle of water and said, here he is. Kind of questioned you for a little bit and then gave you money. After leaving there, you two made your way back to the house where, after a brief discussion, you made your way to the town hall. At the town hall, you ran into the guard captain, Indra, and the town speaker you spoke to not long after, Daneth Whalen, who then asked you about a name, just to get it on paper to make sure that you guys are covered when you talk to the other towns. Going by Saviors of Light. I have made, if you look,
We are SOL.
Oh.
this is a symbol that I found. I figured it was fitting. It looked like the sun
Mm-hmm.
coming over the mountains. I also made a
I like it.
renowned sheet. Every town you have been to has something different than unknown next to it.
Unwelcomed in Targos.
I love the unwelcome.
Yeah.
But you have two friends.
2 friends. So, I mean, he didn't list out the enemies, so that number would have been a lot bigger.
75 enemies.
2 friends.
The renown goes from unwelcome to unknown to accepted to well-known to honored to revered. So it tops out at revered. It just means if you go into town that you're revered in, it's kind of a celebration. They see you as heroes re-arriving. If
Yeah.
you're unwelcome, the guards will try to probably block your way into the town.
I shall be revered at every location.
So there's
I
no,
could
like,
I could see us getting really well known or like revered in a lot of towns, and Cass just going up to like Targos or somewhere where we're unwelcome. It's like, move aside. I'm here to cheer you guys up, and, or whatever. And they're just like, no. And he just like pushes
Well,
it
I'm
aside. and
revered
goes in.
everywhere else.
Where's my celebration now that I'm here? Yeah. So there's nothing below unwelcome, like still on site, or
How can I improve?
You
this
are
town?
hunted.
How can I make this worse?
I mean,
They send assassins every time you visit the city.
Is there no option for worse? Okay,
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be.
literally named SOL, so I figured there's gotta be something worse than unwelcome.
Just SOL is the very bottom rung. Shit
Yeah.
out of luck. I did bring
This
you
is-
guys
uh-oh.
to the actual map. You do have a token now as well. Same symbol.
Ow.
That did not sound healthy.
Probably wasn't.
You might actually know where we're at, though.
You guys are right outside of East Haven.
Right
yeah,
there.
we figured out our our plan or a map we're gonna follow last time, right?
Oh yeah, we're heading out to Bremen.
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
Yeah.
Tourmaline to Wilneywood to Bremen to back over to Targos and then Brinchander.
Yeah, that's right.
Or probably skipping Targos and just going from Bremen to Brinchander.
Why? We're welcomed in Targos.
No, because we need to get Brinchander on our side before Targos. We need to get all of the cities on our side first.
Yeah, we have to go to every city and try to get them on our side before we go to Brinchander, because Brinchander's where the leader of the 10 towns.
Yeah, and that's where the summit is 10 days from now.
Yes.
So
Good
we need
memory.
to. So we don't even have to go to Targos. Targos will come to us in Brinchander during the summit.
Essentially. At least Nareth.
And we need to go to all the other towns first, get their favor before we can
Okay.
speak to the
All right.
leader guy.
How are we traveling? Does anybody remember? Do we have the dogs still?
Yes.
Kinds of shit.
We have two horses, some dogs.
Oh, I can hear the.
I will assume that sigh was the hot breath from that hot sauce. That's what that was.
That sigh was golden, Austin.
That's the sigh of the artificer never making you an item.
That's a sigh of be afraid to wake up to a bomb in your bed.
That's not very inclusive of you, Austin. He's just Cass is just misunderstood. He's
Yeah,
unknown.
Cass is more of a
Well,
racist.
If you want to be literal, Cass, you have a horse and a half.
Well, it's a horse and half a moose.
What are you gonna do now? You can't kill God; He kills you.
But
And
you
try to
guys
kill
are
God.
making your way out. So why don't we have someone roll me a d12?
Eric.
Hold on. I was trying not to choke on my soda. Hold on.
No.
Choke and roll at the same time.
Hello, somebody else roll it.
Choke and
I
roll.
used to choking on things. Leave me alone.
Alright. 4.
Oh.
Is 4.
Did you click your token first?
Here.
Didn't have to.
I really like the symbol. That's
I don't see
tattoo.
it.
That's it. I'm gonna save this. Are we
You rolled a 4.
Oh.
Super,
I was thinking
super
the
dark
same thing,
out.
Kalani.
My bad.
It's super dark out in the morning.
It is super dark out
Can they
because
still see me?
there
My natural skin.
is large storm clouds above. So that means there's also a severe wind. Not enough to be a blizzard, because there is no snow. But you do have a severe wind, which makes hearing difficult, so you have disadvantage on hearing perception checks. You also have disadvantage on sight perception checks because it is so dark out now, unless you have dark vision.
Well, good.
I got light.
Yeah, but hold on. Before you cast that, Xanth about that, do we really want to stick out like a sore thumb?
I wasn't gonna cast it. I'm just saying.
Oh,
He holds a
I-
little
and all-
lantern.
okay. Well, I have a bedroll. So if we're just gonna start talking about stuff we all have.
Xanthoth, I can see, so I can.
You're gonna be my eyes.
Yes, I will be your eye.
I'm running through darkness and I can't see.
Yep, it's just endless darkness, and the whole time Kailani's sitting on your back, just calling out, "Oh, ledge over there! Oh, rock there! Watch your left! Oh, watch out for this overhang!" Just
Left.
constant.
No, the other left.
You're gonna ratatouille me. Just grab my hair. You okay?
Yeah,
Go this way. Now go this way.
A handful of
Yes.
dreads in each hand, just like fucking handlebars.
I can run myself.
I hope somebody makes some character art of this shit. I swear.
I wish I had artistic talent. Right.
I have autistic talent.
Anybody can have artistic talent with enough practice.
So,
Yeah.
you guys run through the dark for about 4 hours before it starts to clear up. In the distance, you do see a city. It's not a huge city, but even from farther off, it definitely looks picturesque. It spreads out from the shore of the lake, bordered to the north and west by some tall pines. Even the buildings all seem pretty well made. It looks like a very well-run town. You approach.
Yeah, is it gated? Like walled? Or is it pretty open?
This one. Real quick. Find where it's at. This one does not have a wall. It is not gated. It just looks like a town on the edge of the lake.
Oh, we get a map.
And you guys would be coming in from over here.
This is session 13.
Should
What time of day is it?
It's
Is it still
getting
6
later.
o'clock?
It's getting later. It's probably about 6 o'clock.
how would you guys like to approach this? Should we just go in? I mean, or should we maybe like stagger a little bit? We don't know what we're walking into.
Stagger.
You know, like send 2 people here, wait about 50 paces, and send 2 more.
I thought you meant like stumble like we were drunk or something.
No.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we should just go in. We have no reason to, hide anything.
Besides, we're trying to become renowned. We want to stick together as a group and be known as a group.
You don't want to seem weak as soon as you go into a town. You also want to be on these guys' good side.
Seem weak.
No strutting, just casually walk.
No racism, Cass.
How is that racist?
We know it's coming.
You'll find a way.
I say, hey, let's say cautionary. Hey, guys, quit being racist. I don't get it.
Cautionary scalding.
Right.
All right.
Totally.
Yeah, you guys walk in. Like I said, it's a really pretty town. It looks, well, if anyone has proficiency in history, make me a history check.
Ooh,
Nope.
He does.
With
very-
very skills, I would be.
Nope.
Lonnie rolled a natural 1.
I can't see their ditch.
For a 4.
Why'd it come through like that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, why did it come through like that? What-
It's an update, maybe.
Why can't I? When are we playing in person, you guys? I can't. Cannot do this.
Like another
Oh.
couple weeks.
I mean, you're just going to be rolling nat ones in person.
Yeah, except it's different.
See,
It
but
is
she can
different.
pick up the dice that she rolls a natural 1 on and chuck them across the room. You can't really
And,
do
like-
that with the computer.
You can always
you
hit
can, but it's more expensive.
I have to refresh every damn roll.
get that one out of the way.
Well, you guys, I thought for a second maybe this place looked a little familiar, but I was dead wrong.
Yeah, you're thinking, like, these buildings look like they could be made by, I don't know, Dragonborn maybe. And then someone else walks by and you see it's not Dragonborn at all. It was just that one building. There's probably a Dragonborn living in that building. It looks to be founded by Kalashite settlers. Yeah, crazy.
Just testing die.
You rolled a 19 on the history check, though.
I know.
Looking around,
time,
spreading out from the shore of Mare Walden, which is a new lake that you have not visited yet, and bordered on the north and west by tall pines, its buildings seem to incorporate carvings of wizards, homunculi, tigers, and smiling djinn. It's definitely... It's a beautiful town, like I said. It's almost enchanting. But that enchantment is almost dispelled as soon as you start to feel there is a very cold wind sweeping down from the north, shearing through your layers of clothing.
Down from the north.
What's the name of this town again?
Tourmaline. It's on the top of the map.
I should scroll up then. There it is.
Oh, okay. So, is it just the way that the city's laid out that when the wind blows in from the north, it just kind of goes down through the streets that are cold, or is it an unnatural type of wind?
It's almost like they were built on almost a wind channel. Like, you're used to thinking of currents underwater. This is more like a current of wind that's more set.
I remember what this town reminds me of, you guys. Have you guys ever heard of the magical town of Chicago?
What's Chicago?
Sounds horrible.
Shish
It
kebab.
really is. I don't recommend it.
Shawshank Redemption.
Chicago.
Chicken liver?
It does look like a town with a fascinating history. Can I hate to roll anything, but can I like kind of look at some of the carvings on the buildings? Can I like examine them a little bit closer?
Sure.
Is that investigation, I guess?
Yeah.
I could roll. Oh, a +1 in this one.
In your history was a +3 and you rolled
That was
a 1.
10. It went from below average to average.
You know, I'm working my way up. I'll
There you
take
go.
it.
Looking around, it's definitely old. You get the feeling that most of these decorations or the sort, I can't even think of the word I'm trying to say, seem to have been here for a long time.
Okay.
The one building that you kind of look at, it almost looks like separate houses on the outside, but it seems to turn into a single structure towards the middle. Almost like apartments. On the outside of it, you see a sign that says the East Side.
Heard of this place? It's called Compton. Everyone watch your wallets.
It was only a matter of time before racist shit came out of his mouth, you guys.
Do you approach the East Side? Do you walk away? What you doing?
Well,
Do we see anybody entering, exiting? Can we get any idea, like, what kind of business this is?
It looks to be an inn.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure this has already been stated, and I was just busy writing my notes. Where do we come in at?
The East Side.
Oh, so we are over there. Okay.
Yep.
I thought we were at the south too.
Yeah, she was looking at this building to the south of it. Sorry, I'm on the wrong token. There you go. She's looking over here at this building, and that's the one she's like, yeah, that could be built by Dragonborn. And then you turned around, and there's the giant inn with a bunch of separate buildings that seem to connect on the inside.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I'm just thinking if it's 6 o'clock or later, businesses are closing and
no,
perhaps,
not in.
But hold on, that's not where I'm getting at, Cass. I'm saying if the leader, say the town hall or whatever, is on home with his family, maybe we should wait and approach tomorrow.
I agree.
Okay, well, either way, we should probably check out the inn. What would you say? Should we go in the inn?
Definitely go in the inn.
Let's go
Find
in the inn.
I'm back.
Get information in the inn.
In the
Is
inn for
everyone
information.
okay going in the inn?
Okay. So you guys walk in. Behind the counter, you see what looks like probably a teenager. Young female. Kind of willowy. Kind of singing to herself as she's performing her daily chores, it seems. The song you hear is... I'm not going to sing this one because it's a teenage girl voice, so I'm just going to send it into the chat.
No.
But no, Dungeon Master, you have to.
Ahead of winters when she came, the lovely woman with no name.
Yeah, it's fine.
Tricked enough her line cloak of red, to the icy lake she fled. The wind pursued her all the same, as sure as night she's dead.
Took a turn.
Escalated quickly.
That reminds me a lot of that children's song about the old lady who ate a fly.
It does.
Because at the end of each line they go, "Perhaps she'll die."
Okay, I've never heard that, and I'm going to need you to sing that for me.
The original.
Wait, you never heard the old lady that swallowed a fly?
Yeah, the newer versions don't have that because they consider that dark as it is. But the original, it's like she ate a fly, like the old lady ate a fly. Perhaps she'll die. She ate something to get the fly, and she just keeps
Frog to
eating
eat the
things.
fly.
She ate a spider.
Yeah, that's what
she
it
ate
was.
A spider, then she ate a bird, then the cat went to eat the bird, then the
I
dog
think
went
at
to
the
eat the cat. At the end, she ate a horse.
Yeah,
and then she died.
Yeah, I think at the end she does die. She just dies. It's a book too. I had the book.
But, yeah.
Dude, you ever realize child nursery rhymes are fucked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Ring Around the Rosie is about, like, the Black Death.
But, yeah.
Hey,
Who
whatever.
just brought racism into the game first?
Nothing was racist.
Yeah.
None of that was
You said it was
racist.
racist.
Okay, so I turned to the
Cass is very
little girl. I
confused on
said,
what racist is.
"Hey there, sport.
He stops singing and turns to you. Oh, hello. I didn't see you come in.
Because we're singing that lovely song. I couldn't. I've never heard that song before. Where'd you hear that?
Well, it's an old song that I've heard from my father. He used to run the inn here. But the story goes that 50 years ago, a mysterious woman in a fur-lined red cloak stopped at the east side on her way to... I believe it was Lonelywood. But because the woman was alone and afraid, the innkeepers, who used to be adventurers, also happened to be my grandparents, tried to console her, and the woman gave them a ring as payment for their hospitality. Not too long afterwards, a howling wind burst in the inn and tossed the woman about like a rag doll. My grandparents tried to intervene, but it only gave the woman time to escape. And the wind battered my grandparents unconscious before resuming its hunt. That was the last anyone saw of the woman.
No?
So you made a song about her?
It's been 50 years. I mean, someone else made it up. It's catchy.
Has there any other wind been happen like that?
Not to my knowledge. But I have the ring here, actually. And she pulls her necklace out, and you see a ring that looks to be wooden almost on the outside. And on the inside, it looks to have white fur. And on top, it looks like two finnics, like two finnick foxes, curled up in almost a ball.
Could I do an Arcana check? Just looking at it?
Sure.
Like, see
I'd
if
like to try
this
as well.
looks like anything.
I'll try as well.
Ruined, book of
So I'm
red.
actually curious.
Uh, 17. You've heard of these rings before, Xanavor? Because people usually bring them up to cold environments. This looks like a ring of warmth.
Okay.
What is your name, dear?
Oh, I'm Marta.
What a lovely name, Marta.
I'm currently running the inn. Are you looking to stay here?
Sure.
Do you need rooms?
I mean, is there
So
rooms available?
there's room enough for
Need a
it.
place for the night?
And would there be, by chance, an a la carte one?
I'm sorry, a what?
Do you have food available?
A la carte.
I can make some food up. I'm not the best cook, but it's enough to fill your belly.
Perfect.
Why I married you, you fucking dork. Love it.
Well,
Well, how much is it for the evening? Sorry.
well, the evening, it's about a silver a night. But for food, what were you wanting exactly? I can make some soups, some stew. I think we have some wolf steak in the back, maybe some trout.
Oh, I was simply asking for the group. I don't know. You guys are hungry.
I would love some soup, Marta.
You mind a steak?
One soup, one steak. Anyone else?
Soup would be fine.
No,
Two
I'm not
soups.
hungry this time. I'm still nursing my headache.
She kind of like bends down and looks at Cray.
Nice.
How about for you, little guy?
I like fish.
Okay, so that's one fish, two soups, and a steak. I'll get that going. Here, actually, how many rooms were you wanting to stay?
Do you have one that can accommodate me?
I mean,
Oh,
you
that
can
ass.
have your.
Are they upstairs?
Hold on. Let's talk about our baggage for a second. We have a lot of baggage. We
Well-
have a lot of dogs.
Well, there's a stable outside. You could always stable the dogs, or you could, I guess, rent a room for them. I might have to upcharge a little bit for that, just because
This
they're
stable will
probably
be
gonna
fine
make a
for the
mess.
dogs.
Pet deposit, I get it.
Pet deposits, yeah.
The stable will be fine for the dogs.
Okay. Any other animals?
We have a horse.
Well, we also have a Gwen.
I have a
shit.
penguin. I have a penguin.
I have a polar bear.
Thing?
I look around for Schwingy, and that's
Get all
his-
sad.
That's
You
his
look
name.
around, and he's not there.
Hmm.
And our friend Cass does have an imaginary pet. Just humor him.
I'm just gonna make. Oh, perfect. All right. So you call up Gwen, and Gwen's behind Arwen, and she just kind of walks over without even thinking about it, puts her hand out and pets the top of Gwen, and Gwen just accepts it. Like, Xanavor, you're a little jealous because the last time you tried to put your hand anywhere near that thing, it bit it off, like bit your pinky off.
Key is it's not eating this time.
I never said I was jealous.
She also rolled a natural 20 on a charisma check. So I was just like, yeah, she's got no issue. She just walks up and pets it. Well,
I'm married to the Chrono ship that, so she gets a natural one, gets her finger bitten off.
you don't know. It's already too late.
I know, but I'm tempted to do it anyway.
Oh, we're too late.
But I can definitely keep the animals out in the shed. The stable, I should say, not shed. We do have a shed as well, but I will take
There
them
are
out real
sled
quick.
shit.
Make yourselves at home, have a seat. They have a couple, like, lounge furniture, like a waiting room type thing, in the main office. So, you can have a seat here, and I'll get the animals and put them away real quick, and then I can get you guys to your rooms.
Perfect. Oh, Also, real quick, I was thinking about that song again. What, you said that she fled to the icy lake. What made her flee?
The wind.
The wind that was attacking. I don't know what type of, if it was a creature, but it was clear as wind from what I heard.
What is your name, by the way?
Marta Peskirk.
Marta.
Marta. Peskirk. Peskryk.
Oh.
Last name's Custer. Thank you, Marta, for your wonderful hospitality.
I mean, it's the most I can do. I'm just trying to keep this place up and running. Dad's currently bedridden, so most of the time I spend tending to him. So if you ever need me, she takes a bell out from behind the counter. You can ring the bell. And
Did we buy roots?
Damn it, you guys.
We did not.
Not yet. She's going to stable everything first so that everything's calm.
She'd charge you guys for the stable?
Not yet.
Oh.
Not yet.
I'd say that shit ain't free.
She starts gathering up all the animals and walking them out. The 6 dogs are like fairly well trained, but of course they get excited because she's excited to see them.
Oh, we should probably feed them too.
I like Marta.
You don't have to feed them.
You say that, Cass, and Marta peeks her head back into the door, like backwards, like she heard you say something as she walked out of the room. She's like, "Oh, don't worry about them. I've got food out in the stable."
It's usually covered, right?
Usually the bad tippers.
That's gonna be an upcharge. She's gonna steal all our money.
Well, or the dogs. So maybe am I going with her? Or?
But
I mean, if Quinn trusts her, guys, we're fine.
She doesn't even work at this inn.
So
doesn't
crazy.
even work here. She doesn't even go here.
Correct. He doesn't even go to the school.
But she walks out, takes all the animals and puts them into the stable. Comes back about 10 minutes later. Like, alright, well, everyone's up and comfortable and has food. So I'm going to get started on your food. Let me make sure I have this right again. It's 2 soups, a steak from wolf, and 1 fish.
Might as well make it 2 steaks.
2 steaks it is.
And another soup.
Fucking centaurs need a lot of calories, man.
Well, she reaches underneath the counter and pulls out 3 sets of keys. The rooms are located in each corner. There's one to your east, one to the south, one to the west. The one to the north is currently being taken up by my father and I, so those are the 3 we have at the moment. They don't have stairs, but they do have 2 beds. So you can move the beds if you need to, Zanzikov, to lay down.
And break them.
Or you can push them together and just plop on like a queen mattress.
Break
Still
that
They'll hang
bed.
off.
So how much is it for the steak in the room?
Oh, well, I still have to add everything up because, you know how it is to serve people food and sometimes they don't like it and then they want their money back. It's sometimes better to bring the bill at the end.
So not to intrude too much, but what happened to your father?
Oh, well, he's currently bedridden from sickness. He seems to be... It's hard to explain.
Well, we have all night.
I mean, I don't have any other guests, so I guess not. But I do need to cook. I'll tell you what. I'll cook up food, and then I can set the table. She points to a table in a room behind where you guys are at right now. I can set it up in there. You guys can have a seat there, and I'll sit down and have a chat with you about everything that's going on, and we can go from there.
All right.
Sounds wonderful.
Sounds fishy.
All right, thanks, bye. And she walks off and starts cooking in the back.
Be nice to her. I like her.
Did. I'm just kind of looking at everybody like, this is kind of strange.
Is what good hospitality is like.
And have you seen that yet?
Not suspicious at
We'll
all.
pay for it. I'm sure the bill would be
See?
rather high.
Even Xanaborn thinks it's suspicious.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is what?
Don't get used to the idea that we agree on something.
I grab one of the keys and start just making way down to the one of the rooms.
Aren't you sleeping in the stable?
No?
Oh.
There's no stairs.
There's no stairs to the room, so he doesn't have an issue.
Arwen, do you want to bunk up?
I have an
Of
issue.
course. Let's go on ahead. Grab the keys and start heading to the room.
Kaz is gonna have to sleep with Zanzibar.
That's not gonna happen.
Actually, Cass is going to probably end up sleeping in the stable for real, because I don't trust the dogs being left alone.
Curl up with the animals.
Okay.
I mean,
It's fitting that he's in a stable.
how?
Yeah, how?
You
I mean,
can
from
speak to
you.
all the animals, Castiel.
There you go.
It's true. We'll talk, some...
Yeah, so you could share a room with me and Zan. I mean, I don't take up much room.
Well, I appreciate that. But this
You're
guy,
at the end of Zane's bed like a curled up puppy.
I'm trying to
Pretty
figure out-
much.
You know what? Ugh.
Did say there was 2 twin mattress beds, pretty much. So
Yeah.
Cray will sleep on the floor if he has to. He don't care.
We'll figure out sleeping arrangements later. Let's make sure to...
you all have like your actual sleeping bags and stuff, so it'll be fine.
If you do sleep
Makeshift
out of the
hammock.
I'll give you my blanket. My bed.
I'm just simply concerned about all the things we're just leaving for anybody.
This is what travelers do. They stay in inns, and most of the time it turns out okay.
We know one person. This person says, I'm great. And that's it. And she was singing some crazy song about some dead lady. And she has a ring. So
She
let's
has a
not...
ring, everybody.
From the 50-year-old nursery rhyme. So let's not really be like, oh, she's a sweet girl. Because we don't know she.
She has a ring that keeps her warm. Calm down.
Well, only you know that, actually.
I just told you just now.
Oh. Well, I have a coat that it keeps me warm. What are you saying?
You have a bear.
What I'm saying is she's smart. Now she doesn't have to wear a heavy coat.
He's saying it's magical. It's not just a mundane thing that'll keep her warm.
I mean,
And what it doesn't look like she was wearing the ring either. So maybe she doesn't know.
Maybe she doesn't need that warm ring. Anyway.
Wait.
Okay.
So we really are the only ones in the end. There's no.
Yep. Besides for Marta and her father, who you have yet to get his actual name, you seem to be the only ones here.
You know, Cass, you can always go ask her to help out in the kitchen if you want to keep an eye on her.
I don't need to keep an eye. I don't need to keep an eye on her belongings.
You said you were worried about her poisoning the food.
Oh, I'm not eating. I didn't want to eat.
Okay.
He pulls out his beef jerky out of his
Why-
backpack
I
and starts eating
literally
a
didn't
ration.
order anything.
Why would she poison the food of paying
I
customers?
have trust issues. Okay. So let's.
You've
Not the only issue
never
you have.
questioned any of the previous ends, shady ends that we've stated. You've never once
I
questioned
haven't-
any of
You
them.
haven't
Why are you
stayed in an
questioning-
inn yet, technically.
I haven't eaten anything either.
You stayed at Garrett's house? You
Yeah, I guess you're
stayed
right. I was
at
thinking-
the mansion?
I mean,
Keegan and Garrett.
I was thinking we stayed at. I
You
was thinking we
stayed
stayed
at
at that
the
one inn, but we
very-
didn't because the seeker got mad at us.
The very first one you stayed at was the White Lady. And you didn't
Mhm.
stay very long because you had a quest to go out on.
Right. I'm just saying.
Still-
And I don't know why I don't trust her. It's just maybe because we're getting these stories from each one of these mayors or these whomever we're calling these people speakers, and everyone has a shady freaking angle of gaining the trust of the rest. So I don't know this girl. I understand this is the business, kind of, maybe. We only made it to one building, so I don't know. And we haven't seen anybody else either, so it's just kind of shady. That's all.
Zach, can I see her from where I am in the main area?
Currently, no. It's not an open kitchen.
Okay. Never mind. I was going to say I'm going to try something to calm him down, because now he's getting on Xanavor's nerves, but he can't see her, so he can't do it yet.
Okay.
So, a couple minutes go by. You hear an interesting sound none of you have ever heard before, technically.
Not even there.
She seems to be hitting a metal rod in the shape of a triangle with another metal rod. And it's making this loud ringing noise, and she just says, "Dinner's ready."
Seriously.
Yeah, even more untrustworthy. Like, even more.
It
She's
took me
got a
second to
triangle.
wait a
I don't
minute.
trust her.
I don't like that shape.
Cray's gonna, I guess, go over and patiently wait for his food for her to give it to him.
Yeah, I'll sit down at the dinner table.
I'll join you.
Xanavor joins them reluctantly.
For each person that orders food, she comes by. She goes to the kobold first. She's like, "You got the fish?" And it's a good fillet of fish. It's trout, actually, not salmon. It is a knucklehead trout, probably about as big as your head.
It looks good.
Well, I hope it's all, seasoned well. I'm kind of new to seasoning things. Just trying things out. Let me know how it is. And then she brings over 2 steaks to the centaur. You're like, you didn't tell me how you wanted the steaks. I didn't ask.
She come to my room?
No. I thought you were going out there.
The dinner bell rang.
You ordered steaks, the dinner bell rang, everyone else is making their way out there. I figured you were going out there. Are
I
you
guess
not?
then. I thought she was just like bringing it. I thought we were all just
Are
going
you
to a
in your room
and
or
she-
out of your room? That's all
I
I know.
am in
No.
my room.
Okay. So she looks around
No
and
one
puts
other
the
than
steaks
you ever
down.
said they were going to the rooms.
So she looks around, doesn't see the centaur, sets the steaks down on the table. Like maybe he went to the bathroom or something. 2 bowls of soup come out, placed in front of Arwen and Kailani. It looks to be some type of broth with chunks of chicken and a pasta of some type. It all smells good. It's like, well, I mean, except for your centaur friend. I don't know where he's at. Maybe he's in his room or something. But, everything's done. Are you sure you don't want anything? She looks at Castiel and then to Xanavor.
No, thank you. I'm truly not hungry.
Okay, well, just let me know.
I'll try the broth, I guess. Something that's warm and stewy, I guess.
Do you want a
I just
stew
shake
or
my
a
head.
soup?
Stew, if you can.
Okay. I've got some made up actually in the back. So she goes out of the room real quick. Takes her about 5 minutes probably to come back with it.
That was yesterday's Today special.
It looks
know.
very similar to the stew that you made from the hag. No.
Hey.
Oh no.
The stew, it's fairly thick, but it's got large vegetables and a couple good chunks of what looks like some type of beef.
That I ordered the soup.
Looks good. What beef is it? Is it wolf or is it elk? What is it?
I mean, you hit it on the nose the second time. It's elk.
Ooh, that's very delicious. Thank you. I'm looking forward to this.
I want to try it out.
Enjoy. She sits down and then she has a sandwich. It's just 2 pieces of
Oh,
bread
God.
with a slice of cheese and
I thought you were going to say
slice
she
of-
just Skyrims and just eats a loaf of bread.
She takes a whole cheese wheel, you know.
Giant leap.
She sits down at the head of the table and just kind of looks over to Castiel and she's like, "You had questions? What would you like to know?"
Oh yes. Your father. You said it was hard to explain his illness. What exactly happened?
Well, we had some shipment come in. It was like bottles. One of them seemed to have cracked open, and it was freezing cold to the touch. But I don't know. I didn't touch it. That's what he told me. And then since he touched that bottle, it seems like his joints are kind of stiffening up. Like, there's like small cracking sounds almost when he moves. It's like he's being frozen from the inside almost. It's weird. We're hoping it's just a cold or something, and maybe he'll sweat it out. I've got him covered up in blankets right now.
When did this happen?
A couple days ago.
Where did this shipment come from? Sorry.
Oh, well, it came in from the lake. They had found it out there whenever they were fishing, and the person we bought our fish off of brought them in, thinking maybe they were alcohol.
Where are they now?
Is this the lake where my boat is?
No, yours is north of this. Your boat crashed technically on the sea of moving ice, not a lake.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, well, I don't have the bottles here at the moment. I think my dad did something with them, threw them out, or I'm not sure. I don't have them here. That's all I know.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
That is, my computer wants to. Being really slow.
Yeah, I have been doing the infusion trial.
Come on.
Well, there was something I was going to do if you want to save the insight check.
What?
I was going to try and detect her thoughts.
Taiwan is calling for me. I'll come out. But so I have been doing the infusions wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The magic items do count as the infusion. So, Kailani, you no longer have a +1 to defense.
Oh, damn.
I no longer have a +1 to what?
Defense.
Your AC is no longer +1 to your armor, and there is no longer an alchemy joke. It's just the bag of holding and the repeating shot.
I forgot about my +1 to my AC, so.
Yeah, so just switch it off the +1 version to the normal version in D&D Beyond.
I guess I'm not going to do an insight check, so don't. My D&D Beyond is reloading.
Okay.
For some reason.
You were trying to read her thoughts, Xanavor?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll help him out with the
Skill no
insight.
+1.
So she doesn't have to make the save at the moment. That's if you want to dig deeper. You can read surface thoughts with that.
Mm-hmm.
And her surface thoughts are, she's worried. She's worried about someone close to her, it seems. But she's happy for company.
Can I try to dig deeper?
Sure. I'll make her make a wisdom check. Cass, you get a similar feeling off of her. She looks like she's worried about her father. Like, you're just kind of understanding, looking her over. She seems almost sad, but hopeful.
Okay. I've solved this mystery, you guys. But Xanavor, go ahead.
Well, you don't really know I'm doing it. I'm just.
I know, you're right.
Looking
You're right.
dead at her. She doesn't know it either.
Yeah. Digging deeper, she rolled a 7 on the save.
Mhm.
So she's currently thinking about the bottles, and you kind of see flashes of images, and they are being thrown out. They were thrown out about a day ago, probably.
Okay.
They looked like a tall bottle, long stem, and then on the top there was like a ice clear gemstone.
So is that clear gemstone on top, like topping it? Like as if it's a stopper, or
Yeah, like the stopper on top of the lid. You pull from that pretty much. And then you also see one of the bottles had a crack on it, and there was some type of white air coming out of it or something. But it was still odd.
if it's a potion or anything, would I be able to recognize it at all, or is it just out of my league? 'Cause I've never seen something like this.
First time you've ever seen something like this.
Okay.
Is there a label or anything? But I mean, obviously, I don't know what's going on, but
No labels, clear bottle, or tall bottles, clear top.
Marta, okay, this is going to sound a little
I
forthcoming.
haven't said anything yet, just so everybody knows. I didn't communicate any of this yet.
Okay. I need you to trust me. Will you trust me, Marta? Marta?
Marta.
Marta, yes.
I mean, I'm sitting in a room with you by myself while you're surrounded by friends. I kind of already am trusting you at the moment.
Sure.
How much are you wanting me to trust you? What are you asking?
Okay. I have an idea, and you guys follow me here. You have this magic ring, correct? And I was told that it's a ring of warmth. Yes.
I'm not sure. I wasn't even sure it was magic, technically.
Well, here's the trust part. I need you to put the ring on your father.
Okay. It's an interesting thought. I mean, it might work. I'll be back. And she runs off real quick with that idea.
wait, Marta, before you go,
She stops at the door.
I am a cleric. I mean, would your father accept me as a visitor? Can I come with you and just maybe, look him over to see if I could be of any help?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, just follow me. She heads to the north room.
Is she in the room currently that we're in now?
No, she just left the room.
Okay. I will, in hushed tones, relay what I got out of her mind to Cassiel, Crane, whoever's left in the room with us, basically saying, well, she was telling the truth. They found these bottles of liquid that she couldn't identify. One did have a crack in it, and the bottle itself was peculiar. It had a gemstone as a topper, like as if it was a bottle of wine with a top on it. I've never seen it. It could be anywhere between poison to potion to something. I don't know.
Well, maybe if they threw it out, maybe we could check where they threw them away to.
Yeah, I didn't get that far in her mind to know where she threw it out. I know she threw it out, though. And one did indeed have a crack, so it wasn't accidental exposure.
I mean, I imagine. Is that something you think Gray could? Is it possible you could track something like that? If it was just a day ago, it couldn't have gotten too far. I think it's about Tuesday. It doesn't run until Thursday.
I mean, we have yet to know where they threw it away. It could be anywhere.
Plus, it would look suspicious.
We would need more information other than just throwing them out. Like if we were tracking an animal, I could follow its tracks, but.
And I'm not going to dig any deeper in her mind, because if I dig too deep, it will snap, and she will, well, let's say it won't end well for her. She might be comatose.
Well, let's wait until she comes back, and we'll try talking to her.
Yeah, but let's not tell her I got in her head.
No.
It's not the most,
Oh, no. Of course
pleasant
not.
topic.
No.
Okay.
Plus, it's kind of weird.
Well, in desperate times,
I
call
mean,
for
he
measures.
is pretty weird, but
She is a teenager.
It makes me wonder, though, too. I wonder if your father has some kind of influence over this town. Somebody wanted him dead.
I mean, they
I don't know.
randomly found these bottles.
They were shipped to them, right?
They found them out of
No,
the
I
lake.
found it.
Oh,
Yes. Someone found them, brought them back, and thought they could use them because they thought they were alcohol or something, and he touched it, and this happened.
Okay,
It
so
broke open, and
we
whatever
stay-
was
okay.
inside of it.
So the lake so far has a dead woman in red with wind chasing her and bottles of poison. So, okay. Moving on from this town.
dead woman and wind. Dead woman was 50 years ago, and wind was 50 years ago. But the poison, that's new. I wouldn't chuck it with that. That's a little leaping. You might want to.
I mean,
Zedskov, can you give him something to calm down? He's starting to worry me.
I'm not wasting my alcohol on that.
So while you guys are talking at the table, Marta brings Kailani into the room. In front of you, you see an older gentleman. Looks... It's kind of hard to look at, but he's got like these thick blue veins that are kind of on his body, and it looks like he's got the chills going on. He seems fatigued almost.
Does he look kind of frostbitten in areas of his body at all?
It's not frostbite, but there is like certain parts of his skin seem to be coated in like an ice almost.
Oh. Is he awake? Like coherent?
Currently he's sleeping.
Marta, dear, I know my friend might come off a little strong, but I do think that his idea is a good one to try. This is new to me. I've never seen anything like this before, and your ring is a magical ring of warmth. And it may not be a cure, but it may help bide him some time in the look of it.
Well, I mean, I'm open to try whatever, as long as he gets better. She walks up and takes off her necklace and takes the ring off of it and slides it on his finger. He doesn't really stir whenever she does this, but you see a little bit of color starts to kind of go back into the finger that she put the ring on. It might take some time, I'm guessing. If anything.
Are you asking me?
Yes.
I wish I had answers for you. I really don't. Can I do a can I do a medicine check?
Sure.
One moment, Marta.
14. It's weird. It's not a sickness you've ever seen, like, underwater or anything like that. You've seen petrification before, where the body starts to turn to stone, but this person's skin seems to start flaking with ice, almost.
Would this have anything to do with Umberly at all? Would I know that? Or would I sense that?
You get the feeling probably not. This looks to be something cold. Not really Umberly's bag.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on him? See if that does anything. Brings more color back.
Sure.
Spins his, I don't know, something or other. I'm gonna try something, Marta, but I make no guarantees that this would help
9
at all.
points healing, first level. Okay.
Yeah.
6 on the dice. Pretty good roll. You stand over him, and he is super, like, lethargic, almost unresponsive. But whenever you heal him, his eyes kind of flutter open and he looks up at you. No, you did not. And he looks up and goes, "Well, you're not exactly an angel that I was expecting to see, but..." And then he sees Marta behind you like, "Oh, I'm still alive. That's good."
Sly old man right there.
Fucking creeper.
Was I just slightly insulted? I don't.
I don't think it was an insult.
Oh, okay. Like,
It wasn't aimed to be an insult.
Mr. Pesprick?
You can call me Clyde.
Clyde.
Didn't you know?
Clyde Frog.
Oh, that was good. I lost my train of thought now. Clyde, my name is Kailani, and we are staying at your inn. Your daughter just served us a lovely meal, and she told me of your ailment, and I was hoping, maybe I can restore enough energy to get you to be able to speak with us. We'd like to be able to help you, if we can.
I mean, I don't know anything even about the sickness. I'm glad that it hasn't spread to Marta or anything yet. She's been in the room the most. I hope that it's not contagious. But I can definitely try to get to where your friends are.
No, sir. Please stay in bed under the covers and stay warm. My friends and I, we can come sit at your bedside and maybe see if we can be of help in any way. But you please don't leave the bed. That's unnecessary.
Okay. He kind of leans back again and lays down on the pillow. Looking around the room, Kailani, you're pretty at home here. His room looks to be the room of a fisherman. He's got old fishing poles, some lures, there's a couple fish mounted on the wall. This guy had definitely had a good life on the lake. But he just lays back, he's got his eyes open, just, I'll wait here for you then. And as he's laying back, you hear cracking.
Old man bones cracking or ice cracking?
Both.
Ugh.
Old man ice cracking.
So, thank you, Clyde. I'll be right back, and I want to run into the other room with these guys.
You're like in 24 when they bring him back.
So I want to come back and quickly say to the group kind of what I did. This guy was not even awake when I went in there, but we put the ring on him. It looks like it may have worked, but it's very localized warmth. I don't think it's spread throughout his body and probably will not help him much. This is a weird sickness. I've never seen this before in my life. I was able to cure some of his wounds. I don't know how long that's going to last, but he is awake and willing to speak with us. Whoever would like to come in to his room, and maybe we can ask him some more questions at the bottom of this mystery, and if not help him, which I'm hoping we may be able to do, but at least get some information so we know not to make the same mistake in this town.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
That would be helpful. That would be helpful, but at the same time, we can figure out where he put these vials at, or bottles at, and then we can possibly reverse engineer a cure, maybe? If I'm allowed to do that with you people?
Huh?
That would be redemption in my eyes. You can work a miracle like that. I mean, that is my purpose, is healing. If you're able to do that, that would be wonderful.
I can try. I mean, I do experiments after all. I might as well give it a shot.
From the looks of this guy, I don't think he's gonna make it very long. So if anything we can do, I feel our time would be very short to do so.
Okay, so we need quick answers.
You didn't hear any of the first
Not
part.
at all.
Let's start walking towards the old man's room
Oh, you're gonna scare.
where they were going.
God.
I'll be right behind Zanzikov.
Oh,
I'm
God.
curious.
You know, we're all gonna take a peek.
Will you grow some balls? I'm the coward here, and you're not even coming in.
This man is on the brink of death, and a giant half moose man.
I know.
And Zan is going to be the people going in to talk with him.
That's my thoughts too.
But I was able to heal him of some of his wounds, and he seems very cooperative.
I couldn't think
Again,
of
if
a
we
worse.
can help him.
So far, he's woken up to a Triton,
Yeah.
a Centaur, and a half-drow.
Couldn't think of a worst case scenario.
Zach, while they're doing that, I'm going to start just kind of looking around, like maybe out back, or just to kind of see if I see signs of these bottles or anything like that.
Start dumpster diving behind their.
I don't know. Just see if I see any signs of anything.
Like this plan. Maybe I go into the room first, and Clyde.
No.
I know that my appearance can be shocking. I mean, but you are also, pretty well known on the lake.
We're all shocking here.
Yeah, just he's
The
a big
cobalt,
fan of my friends.
the cobalt says as he.
Speak for yourself. I'm beautiful.
None of us are
Peanut
normal.
made.
As he says, breath reeking of alcohol.
He wakes up. How long have I been asleep?
So you all walk in, and yeah, this is an older gentleman, definitely weathered, definitely been out on the lake for a while, but you see like thick blue veins going throughout his body, and it looks like maybe 2 of his fingers are now a little bit more colored than the one.
Oh, really? So it was 1 before, now it's 2?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like warmth is coming back to him, kind of.
Mm-hmm. But like even in those fingers though, they still have a deep blue vein going through one of them, like his ring finger.
I do have a question before you pass out, because I know this is probably unbearable. Where were these bottles that you found? Where did you dispose of them?
Well, we threw them out back because they weren't alcohol. Hopefully, they were gonna get picked up yesterday. They're supposed to be picked up by one of the neighbors. I'm just gonna see if he can find something with them.
Did the bottles have any sort of symbol or words or anything on them?
There wasn't any symbols or words, no, but they were a beautiful blue bottle.
Okay.
The gemstone in it, right? As a stopper?
Yes, there was a stopper of a gemstone on top of it.
Hmm.
When it broke open,
Kind
Did
of
it have any
dry
smell?
Or a little bit, like.
Or color?
Well, it looked like some of the cracked bottle had white instead of blue on the inside. It seemed like whatever was blue was out of the crack. Just trying to.
you said something cracked open and you inhaled whatever came out, right?
Well, the bottle cracked open, I guess, when it was getting moved, and whenever I moved it, I had some blue stuff on my hand. And I rinsed
May
it
I
off.
see this?
So it was a liquor, or not liquor, a liquid more than a vapor.
Seemed like it.
So, okay.
May I see the hand that was exposed to it?
He holds out the opposite hand that the ring's off of, and his entire hand is there's a layer of ice on his palm.
Okay.
It almost looks like a thick, dark blue line through his palm on top of the ice. That's probably where you'd guess that the first point of contact with whatever it was he touched was.
Do I know if there's any sort of natural poisons or, like, ailments that could cause diseases like this?
Make a medicine check. You're not sure. I mean, you've heard of poisons and potions doing weird things, but you've never seen someone start to be covered in ice.
Am I getting any hint of magic from this at all? Like, am I able to deduce of any magics that could, like, do this?
Doesn't seem magical. At least from what you can see at the moment.
Okay. Out of curiosity, I take, like, something, like, not to, like, break the skin or cut or anything. I just kind of lightly tap his hand, see if there's any feeling in it.
He doesn't flinch.
Okay. Can you feel me poking your hand, right now?
You're poking my hand? He looks, and, like, as his neck kind of turns, you hear that cracking sound again.
Xanathor flinches immediately, like, ugh!
That ain't normal.
That ain't right.
You've seen some bad shit.
Yeah, he's got long sleeves on, because they're trying to, like, have him sweat out. So he's got, like, a coat on, he's got all that. You just mostly see his hands at the moment.
I know this is gonna be a little, gruesome or forward, but, if I could make a small incision on your hand and get maybe a couple drops and examine your blood, see if I can deduce anything out of it at all.
We all eyeball Xanathor.
He just
I
kind
have faith
of...
in him.
I never thought I'd say this, and believe me, I'd never thought that I'd say this, but, and I know you have no reason to trust me, but I do think that you should allow my friend to do that. I think that it could potentially be very helpful to you.
And plus, she can heal the wound.
Like it better be kind of look.
I then look at Kailani too, like,
Cass's whole world is turned upside down right now, you guys.
It's like, who are you people? Yeah, like, as you're talking, Marta kind of speaks up from the background, and she's like, it's okay, Dad. They're just trying to help. And he moves his hand, the one that has that big blue mark across his palm, over to you.
I try to make as small as an incision as possible and just try and get at least a vial of blood or enough to where I can run tests to see what I can figure out about it.
You
I guess.
You try to cut into the ice, or are you cutting into like the back of his hand? What are you doing?
I'm trying not to cut the ice, but I'm also not trying to cut where he's gonna bleed out really badly. Just like a small incision somewhere on his hand where blood will come out, but not enough that it will actually cause a lot of damage to him. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, you take this needle almost that you use to move stuff around and poke into his pointer finger.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a little to get it through the ice. You kind of got to swivel it so it drills through. He doesn't flinch. The finger doesn't bleed.
It doesn't bleed?
You're getting no blood from where you went.
I'm going to try doing lay on hands to restore just hit points to him to see if just try to focus on that area, maybe to
Or maybe Xanathor would be best if you did it from the other hand.
Yes, but you people look at me crazy when I do these things.
No, but I get
You have good meaning behind this.
Yeah,
We have faith in you this time.
you have good motives.
a good terrible thing you're doing, Xanathor.
Even though he's completely weirded out by all this positive affirmation, he's going to do that.
I know, right? It's a weird episode.
Because
We're in a weird group right now.
trying to be polite to this man who's obviously sick. It's no luck on this hand. It's not coming. Can I try your other hand, please?
Did you already prick my finger?
Let's not talk about that and just say, let's try the other hand. That's not, ice.
Okay.
He's not in the vein, and he feels more comfortable on the other side. He's right-handed, you see, and it's the position that's awkward.
Sure. That's fine. You walk around the other side of the bed, and he lets you have the hand that has the ring on it.
And I do same thing, try to draw a little bit of blood from him. Just examine it to figure things out with it.
Okay. Like if you look at your hand, the middle two fingers are the ones that have color. The outside ones are currently more grayed out with some blue in them. So
Okay.
are you going for the colored ones or the grayed ones?
I'll probably go for the colored ones because from what I surmise, if I go for the ones that are gray, I'm gonna get nothing out of it.
Okay. So you prick the other one. This time, the one with color gives forth a drop of blood. And then it instantly freezes on top of his fingertip.
He just looks at dumbstruck like, what? I'm at loss of words. I don't understand. What? And there's nothing like. No, I already asked that. It's not magical. So it's like, what? Can I try do a medicine check? See if there's anything that could cause that I know of from experiments in the past?
Sure.
Sorry, I just kind of rocked my world there.
You're good.
Yanavor, I'd still recommend trying to scrape the frozen blood if you can. Maybe if we take the blood away from the source, it will melt.
I agree, but I'm fascinated right now.
A 14 medicine check. I mean, you look it over and it's nothing you've seen before. You've heard of experimental stuff that was being done, like, with the Netherese before, a long time ago. But you're not sure if there's an antidote for it, or if it's curable, or anything like that.
Okay.
But you know there was, like, a blurb somewhere that you found and had notes on some type of sickness where people would freeze to death. As in not literally being cold and dying, their body literally turns to ice.
Okay. So I look to Kailani's. This is some kind of a Netherese thing. I've never seen it. I've heard rumors about it being in the past. Maybe we've heard about those Netherese ruins. Maybe something there could help, but other than that...
Oh, what to Marta? Where did you say they found these bottles?
Out in the lake, from what I heard.
Who found them?
Jonah.
Do you think you could take us to them? And they might be able to show us exactly where they found them.
I mean, I'm sure I can.
Because if there's a week of this in the lake, that could cause a lot of problems. Or if there's even more of these, that's a plague waiting to happen. This weird body freezing liquid.
Well, Jonah, I know, usually stays over at the Blue Clam most nights when he's not out on the lake. It's a dockside tavern, so it's on the other side of town.
What was his name?
Jonah.
The Blue Clam. And that's Clyde's fishing buddy?
You could assume, yeah.
Xanavor. Back in East Haven, didn't the speakers or somebody tell us about a rumor of Netherese being in the Lonely Wood?
Yes, I wanted to go, but everyone looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, maybe not so crazy after all. I mean,
But the Netherese was way out in the wild, like, in the tundra.
Oh, it wasn't in the Lonely Wood?
I don't remember saying anything about Lonelywood. I can always check though.
I don't remember anything about Netherese saying in the Lonely Wood. There was, about to say, Castiel had to go talk to a dude in the Lonely Wood that was looking to...
I need to speak to Nimsy Huddle.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I do know Nether East are northeast, but hold that thought before I forget to do this, and I take a scraping of the ice blood.
Okay.
Like, how much extra come out? Just like a drop, or like?
It's like the size of a dime.
Okay, that's probably maybe enough. I don't want to keep pricking him and just kill him from blood loss.
I mean, I can certainly give it a try.
I do that.
You're not gonna kill a man with 2 drops of blood.
I will also do lay on hands and give him some hit points as well.
Okay. How much?
Let's do. You know what?
We're still gonna rest. Right?
Yeah, I'm still gonna rest. So let's just do 10.
Okay. You lay your hands on his arm. I'll give you the choice: frozen arm that you can see, or arm that just got the blood taken out of it.
The one that just got blood taken out.
Okay. You go over to the side that Xanafor is on and lay your hands on his arm pretty much and start to just channel this energy through yourself. And you just kind of breathe for a second. You know that you have the ability when you do this to remove diseases.
Oh, son of a bitch.
The disease stays. It does not go away from lay on hands. There seems to be some type of force from this that is fighting back against you. He is healed. He looks like he's feeling a little better. He's not shivering as much.
Did more blood come out?
No.
Damn it.
Because hemoglobin would have closed it up by now.
I'll use the other 10 that I've got.
Okay. Yeah, you see the fatigue seems to kind of leave his face a little bit. Well, Marta, I don't know if I'm going to be out in the fishing boat ever again, but I feel like I could be at the moment. Thank you.
Probably stay away from the water for a bit.
No, agreed. Absolutely.
I know I'm not there, but how old does this guy look?
He's probably in, like, his late 50s.
Oh.
Okay.
We have years left in him. Clyde, again, I know this may be a temporary solution, but I hope what we have done has been able to help you some. And I feel, if I know my group, we do like a good mystery. And we will be in town for a little while at least. So we'll keep our eyes out and we will try to discover all we can about this mysterious illness that you have. And if we can help you in any way, I vow that I can make vows for the rest of the group, but I vow that I will try my hardest.
Well, I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of this. Thank you.
Well, now that he's kind of like stable, is there anything you guys want to ask us? Other than about
I heard you guys have been having trouble with your minds.
Last I heard, Town Crier usually comes out in the morning. He was screaming this morning about the speaker was offering 50 gold to clear out a mine or something. Yeah, the gem mine's up to the northeast.
Do you know where we could find this speaker?
He's in town, the town hall.
And where's that in relation to here? Sorry, we're new to this town.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I don't exactly have a map.
We could ask Marta to point us in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of town. Really big building. You can't miss it.
I think I found it.
I was just looking at that.
All right. Well, I feel like we should leave you to get some rest.
Wait, real quick before you rest, sorry. Healy guy here, hold on. Could you tell me about this wind that attacks people? I heard it.
Yeah, it's had one ID.
What?
It attacked
50 years
my my parents, actually.
Why?
50 years ago?
He looks to be in his late 50s.
Okay. Hold up, is this guy human or
Human.
human? Okay.
Yes.
Do you know why? Was it a creature of some sort?
I mean, I was much too young to really be able to tell. It just seemed like suddenly the wind started throwing all the furniture and stuff around the room. Threw my parents around the room. I stayed hidden. She ran out the door while it was doing its destruction of the east side.
Did it have any form, or was it just wind?
It's so faint a memory. It seemed like mostly wind, though.
Was it just the east side that was destroyed?
As far as I know. I think whatever it was tracking that lady.
Do you happen to catch the lady's name, or do you remember your parents speaking of her at all, and
What she looked like?
where she was from?
Where she came from?
All I know is the song that was sang about her. She had a fur-lined cloak of red. If you remember and go back and look at it, the second line is the lovely woman with no name.
Yeah, I know.
Just
Yeah.
pointing that out.
Just wanted to ask, just in
That was
case.
just the daughter story, though.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. There's something here that I get some rest, my dude.
Well, yeah, to get some rest, we'll see what we can figure out about this, well, blue liquid and the mines and the wind.
And the speaker.
And every town we go to, there's just something.
Man, it's like this campaign wants you to be heroes of towns.
Oh, yeah, man.
I mean, it's not like we've named ourselves the saviors.
You're not saving the towns, you're only saving the sun.
Yeah, but
Sorry, light, not
what
sun,
does
light.
what does that save? Saves the towns.
It saves everything.
Yeah.
No, we're just SOL.
Did I find anything outside, Zach?
I would actually, we can switch to you right now because this
Yeah.
seems like
We're
most
leaving
of
the
this
old
is
man to
calmed
rest.
down. Yeah.
We're laying him to rest.
Go ahead and make a investigation check for me, Cray.
Okay. Okay. I should have opened. Why is it doing this? It's just being slow.
Your computer hates you.
It was working fine until it did this the first time. It seems like every time I go into it, it's reloading it like I'm opening it for the first time. There it goes. Okay.
It's your potato computer.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
In investigation, Zach?
Yep.
Well, I clicked it.
I already know that one, Kailani.
I said I was an oldie but a goodie.
Lauren's
That's
got
so-
a computer and uses it. 22.
There we go. It was worth waiting for.
Okay. So, you start walking around the inn, just kind of checking. There was one spot in the back of the area that you were searching that had a lower elevation of snow. Like something sat there for a little bit and then snow covered it later. The snow in that spot, you kind of brush it off, and underneath about 2-3 inches of snow is just a block of ice that seems to be building from the ground.
Like it's continuing to build.
If it is, it's too slow for you to really tell. But it's like whatever was in that area seemed to be causing things around it to freeze.
Okay. Is there What does it look like back here besides that? Like, just stable? Is there anything else out here that might pique interest while I'm out here?
Well, I mean, there's a couple trees. You see that there's also like a trail to the northeast, and then on the other side of the trail is a forest.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple buildings to your left, but they look to be mostly housing. So, nothing super sticking out to you about it.
Okay. I'm gonna poke the ice with my sword.
Okay.
Wow.
You tap it, and it just kind of cracks across the top. Are you trying to poke through it, or are you just poking it?
Yeah. Well, I'm poking it, but I think I'm gonna kind of try to give a little oomph.
Okay. Just roll me
See how hard ice this is.
Just roll me an attack.
Okay.
Just want to see how much damage you do. You don't get sneak attack.
I'd like to sneak attack the snow.
So roll damage now.
Oh. Shh. Oh, it doesn't let me roll damage from this. Okay. That's
No,
fine.
in D&D Beyond you can't. You had to do attack and then damage. With roll 20, you can quick attack and then the...
Well, it was doing it before,
Yeah,
but
you-
it's
Oh.
been updated.
Yeah, I don't like the new update. D&D Beyond, change your shit.
Took features away. That's dumb.
That's weird. Yeah, so you crack the ice, and it kind of breaks off in chunks.
Mm-hmm.
And underneath the ice, you find a clear bottle with a gemstone topper on the top. It seems to have a crack on the side, but only the one bottle's there.
Okay. I'm going to take a rag or something and try to get that bottle out without actually touching it, if I can.
Okay.
No fuck.
Tongs from like the fireplace.
Make me a Constitution saving throw at advantage.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. 19. You're good enough. The 9 would have failed it, but the 19 passes.
Ooh, you got lucky, Cray.
Yeah, you don't have really any issue getting it. Ugh, excuse me.
And this one's broken?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go inside with this cracked bottle,
Oh shit.
Okay.
and I'm gonna put it on the table that we were eating at, and wait for the rest of everybody to come out.
Alright, yeah. This would come out about the same timing, so everyone walks out of the room and
Ah,
sees
shit,
Cray
you
there
found
with a broken
bottles.
bottle.
Cray, that was very dangerous. I
Hey,
hope you
what
didn't
is
touch
that?
it.
I'm proud of you.
Are you, wait.
Nice job, Gray.
3 different
You
reactions.
didn't touch it, did you?
I'm gonna have to take this ring from this old guy.
I might have accidentally touched it. I'm pretty careful though. I don't feel weird or anything.
What do you want?
So I take it that you got this from out back. So are there more?
That was the only one. It was under all the snow, and it was covered like in a big block of ice. Like I had to break through the ice to get to it.
Seems like whatever liquid that's inside of it freezes the crap out of shit.
Mm-hmm.
As it did with the old man's blood and skin.
Danivore, would you be able to use this for anything? Any experiment?
I can try, but I'm more concerned that if I touch it, I will actually get frozen as well.
No.
Wear gloves.
No touchy.
I can try and scoop it in a vial. I'll get more out of it than the blood, but I still need both. So
Is there any liquid in it, Zach, or is it just the bottle?
It seems like it's just the bottle. It is clear unlike the blue that they told you it was, the ice that was around it was blue.
So I guess I just look at the group and we know what we're looking for. Well, this is what the bottle looks like.
Is the rag that he used to pick it up, is it blue?
The bottle seems to not have anything left in it.
Okay. I wanted to see if there was trace amounts or anything.
So they said the bottles were blue, but it's probably just the liquid inside of it.
And it turns white when it is exposed to air.
Or the blue liquid was drained out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, but there is a point where it turns white.
Correct.
Let me examine it, Cray. Show me.
I kind of slide the bottle over to him.
No, not the bottle.
The bottle
ice.
rolls across the table, making that like glass bottle noise as it rolls.
I
Tickle,
am
tickle,
not
tickle,
sitting at
tickle.
the table.
As everyone
Might
looks
wanna
at like,
disinfect
not
that.
the bottle, Cray, the ice.
Oh, you want to see where the ice was? It was right out here. I go
Show me.
show him where the ice was.
And I go with him, try to get like maybe a couple pieces and stick it into like maybe a glass, like something bigger than a vial that can hold a little more. Try to chip it in there.
Alright, so as you're messing with all this ice, make me a constitution save. Okay. You start moving around the ice and putting pieces of it into vials.
A successful, I assume.
Yeah, you're successful.
Alright. I bring it. I look Cray. I go, thank you. Now I just need a few moments to examine it, run experiments on it, see if I can actually heat this, and then deduce it to its base components and figure out what I can make out of it. See what it is.
Cast Detect Magic. Start to ritually while, they're out there walking around inspecting the ice. I'm going to do Detect Magic just to see if this, besides being some sort of poison liquid, has any magical residue to it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
It has like an underlie of magic.
Can I tell what type of magic is there?
It is
At least?
very old magic. You are not sure.
Like primal magic?
Or
Itself,
experimental magic, or...
Okay. Something not fitting between the different kinds of magic. It's just, this is magic.
The closest you could possibly guess, just because it's ice, is evocation.
Okay. Well, it's some sort of very, very old magic.
Do I still have access to any alembics or anything so I can actually pour some of the ice out into like a smaller vial to like heat it up, see if I can get anything out of it?
Well, you have your like supplies and stuff, so you could go back to like your room and start setting stuff up on like a desk.
I'm gonna look to the others. Go. I'm gonna go try and experiment with this. Does anybody have any objections or?
Careful.
Would you like some help?
Go right on ahead.
2 minds are better than 1.
Are
Uh,
we
So this is
far
your
away from
specialty.
Thanaborth, right?
What?
We got the opposite room in Thanaborth, right? Like far away.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
East
That would
and
actually
west.
be helpful,
Oh, yeah,
Zanzicoff,
complete
because
opposite.
then we could bounce ideas off each other, not just be me asking Cray and Cray just going the whole time.
Puppy dog stare.
The shrug.
Be dog
Cray-
shrugging.
Cray gives you the most like, what the fuck are you even talking about kind of stare,
Cray's been
and then
working,
just ignores.
and then he whimpers, kind of like a puppy dog.
As Zanzicoth is walking into his room, I'm trying to pickpocket that key from him. And I'm going to try to go in his room that he thought was his, is now mine.
fuck is happening?
I'm taking his room.
Go for it.
Make a sleight of hand
Wow.
check
Rolling.
versus
Tell
your
me-
passive.
My passive perception?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
What's your passive perception?
Well, he's got a +0, so.
You tried to grab my ass!
God.
What I
It
was
looked
trying
like
to
it.
do, normally I was trying to be like, you know what, Sans God, I was
First you call me
rewarding
names,
you. It
now
was like
you're
a pat
trying
on the
to
back.
assault.
It was a pat on the back, but you don't really have a back, so it was kind of like a.
I technically have like 2 backs.
Xamor leans over to Zanskov. Kick him.
Hold on, I don't understand the anatomy anymore. How do you have 2 backs?
The
'Cause I have a
back of
human
the
back
moose
and I have
and the
a horse
back
back.
of the human?
Oh, you're right.
Moose
Okay.
back, yeah.
Okay.
No, it was a pat on the back, Xantikoth. It's just I was letting you be like, you know what, way to step up and help him out with that.
Insight check that.
You literally told him good game and then smacked him on the ass.
Do I believe that?
You gotta roll deception.
You know,
Do I-
Castiel is weird.
I mean, it's true.
You're
It
not
is.
sure whether
You
to
should have
believe him or
deception
not,
Advantage.
Oh!
but you think he really just wanted to smack your ass.
I'm gonna grab a rag and pick up the bottle and just kind of walk away with Zan.
Maybe that's how they do it in the Yeti cave.
I
That's
just,
their
uh,
congratulations.
I just say good game,
Cable chap.
and I go out to the barn.
Okay.
Castiel, you can come sleep in the room with Arwen and I. You don't have to sleep in the barn.
Again, I'm a little concerned about the animals.
I mean, you could.
That's no
You
concern.
can always
Steal
go
Steal
sleep
his
with the
room.
animals.
I mean,
If it worked,
Sleep with the animals where you belong, you animal.
the animal would have slept with the animals.
I mean, you literally could have asked me, but instead of trying to steal my key, but.
I didn't say steal your key. I said good game.
Oh, yeah.
Smacked you on the ass, yeah. That's all it
No, he
was.
put a finger in the butt by accident.
Alright, so
I like how Zach was like, well, you are really weird, so. I mean,
I was going to say, with
I
Cass,
feel like that tracks.
it's hard to tell.
I mean, I critically failed that too.
Oh yeah, that's why I said you intentionally decided to smack him on the ass instead. Alright, so the Zans are going in the room to experiment.
Yes.
Sans
You have alchemist tools, right?
Zan's queer.
Yes, I do.
Okay. You can roll an alchemist tools check with advantage because Zan Sakoth is helping.
It still doesn't work. I don't understand.
Do you
Click.
bring it? Okay, so do you have it on Roll20?
I have it on D&D Beyond.
Well, you can't click it on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, D&D Beyond, you can't do the...
That you can't do the checks.
Tools.
It would just be.
So
it would
would
just be. You
then?
would just roll. What would it be? A D20 plus your intelligence.
D20 plus intelligence plus proficiency.
So
Yeah.
Proficiency, mine's what, a +2, I think?
Proficiency right now is a +2.
Yes.
So that'll be a D20 +6 then.
Correct, at advantage.
With advantage.
So roll 2 D20s and then add 6. Six
Wow.
and 1. Okay, low rolls.
Well, it's 12 and a 1, but yeah. Because 6 + 6.
Oh, yeah. 12. You melt the ice. I need both the Zans to make constitution checks.
This is how I die.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throws, I should say.
Oh, shit.
Hold up, I thought the brewers kicked in. or
Yep,
something.
this is how I die.
Okay, so con saves.
Xanavor, roll me a d4.
A D, uh-oh.
So this is going to be our new mission now. We're going
Can
to.
you-
I'm starting to remember something that happened similar to this,
Can you
Zach.
chrono shift your own saves?
Technically.
I guess I'm gonna try that then, or is it too late?
You haven't rolled the d4 yet, so go ahead.
Oh, okay, because I don't want to.
Just save your ass.
Reverse time.
Oh yeah,
Quick,
we
don't
did.
breathe it in!
Okay. Yeah, as you start to melt the ice, you see these blue, like, spores almost start to rise out of it. And before you're able to get a lid on it, you both kind of have to cover your mouth. You, without thinking about it, you go to reach for it and cover it with your hands, not covering your mouth. And you see Zanzikoth, like, just push you out of the way and push it out of there. You're good.
Okay.
But you were used to this. Don't breathe that stuff in and don't touch it.
Well, what can I say? I was so fascinated by it that I wasn't paying attention to my life.
You might lose another finger.
This is why Prey assists me.
You forgot to cover the vial.
So is the vial with the ice still in there, or?
It is still currently in there, but the spores have risen out of the vial and are just kind of inert in the air, I guess, now.
So they're just floating in the air right now.
As far as you can tell, but they seem inert.
Seem and are two different things in experimentation.
You don't know.
Do we have anything that has any protein on it right now? Because my idea is, if we touch it with something that's like meat or something and it freezes instantly, we know it's active.
I take out like a tiny bit of the wolf steaks I have left, or wolf meat, just like a sliver of it.
Okay.
And I hand it to Xanavor. Got meat.
I suppose I'll see. And I kind of get a little closer with the meat, see if it does anything to it.
Just kind of swish it around in the air like you're trying to catch something.
You're gonna poke it with
More like just lead it
burning
into
sage with meat.
Like I'm pushing it in, not waving it around, but like just gently nudging it in to see if it has a reaction.
It doesn't react.
Okay. Do I have a spare glass vial I can just put the spores in?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to just do that.
Okay.
Holding my breath.
Need them.
Yep. All right.
You guys call that experimenting? Jeez.
You literally played with dust.
You're in science camp, not a sorority college, Crystal. Calm down.
Okay, is there any blood that's in this wolf steak at all?
If it is, it's frozen.
Say, 'cause I was gonna try introducing warm blood. Actually, I'm gonna do that. The spores that I have in the vial, it's contained, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna put a couple drops of my own blood in it and see if it sticks to the blood, immediately freezes it.
Okay. Take 1 hit point of damage as you prick your finger.
Okay.
And you drop the blood into the vial and cover it quickly before the spores start to rise out of it. And you watch as all the spores that are floating in this vial move to the sides to where your blood droplets hit, and the blood just slowly starts to turn blue.
Seems like it reacts to warm-blooded.
It seems to react like, what's the word? Where it bonds to things. Like if there's an open wound, like he had a crack in the vial. Perhaps he nicked his hand on the vial, and when it did that, it introduced the liquid into him, like a transfusion.
It might just stick to anything that, like, flesh could do it, but
it's dead flesh.
I'm not putting my hand in there.
Maybe anything warm. I'm not in the room. Sorry.
It's like, we could just have volunteer, but I don't think he would let me do that.
I do not wish to poison anybody else.
Well, we have one man who's already dying, technically.
Do you still have your finger?
Yes, I do, actually. I do. And I actually go into my bag and pull out my finger.
That's genius.
God
I
damn
love
it.
it.
And I put my finger in the vial to see what happens.
You're welcome for that one. That was beautiful.
Much
Commander.
slower, as it has more substance than droplets of blood. You see the spores start to attract towards it.
It's like
So-
any flesh itself.
It attacks anything organic. That explains why. Well, the glass is not organic, but you hear my point though. That it attacks anything organic, like anything living. So if it's made of flesh and absorbs the spores, it's like a fungus, in a way. A fungus that spreads and just.
Or it's like a leech, maybe. Or
You stay out of this. You're not in here.
right. I'm not in the room.
Now seeing how it's acting,
I'm just in the other room with Arwen. Just
I haven't come in
Kalani's got her
contact.
ear on the door.
I can
I
see that.
haven't come in
Yeah, it's
contact
probably-
with any fungus that reacts like this, like tries to bond to organic material. Because I know funguses grow from inorganic material, but
Fungus among us.
Some can, I know that. Not many. It's an older magic, like you said, right?
very old. If it could relate to anything, maybe evocation, but still old.
Bless you.
Which Netherese practiced with old magic, I know that.
So it's possible there's a cure in the Netherese temple or tomb or whatever it is.
I do think the first thing we need to do is find the rest of these bottles.
I do want to try one more thing. Zach, am I able to I do have a potion of resist cold.
Mm-hmm.
Can I put a droplet or two in there to see if it has a reaction to it?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do that.
Hey, science.
Okay.
If it explodes, it wasn't me, it was Antikov.
You put a couple drops in it,
Mm.
and it seems like the spores kind of evacuate the area.
Mm.
And then about 30 seconds later, they rapidly hit the liquid that it was in.
Oh dear.
So it temporarily disperses and then comes back twice as powerful.
It's like killing a mold. It disperses at first, but then it just comes back harder.
That makes me worry about the old man.
Yes, because we're healing him.
But
so that
then
means-
again, potions only last so long.
True, and he does
That
have that
will-
ring on his finger. That will help. Okay. Well, unless you want to drink this, I'm not sure what else we could do. I mean, we don't know of any ways to reverse this yet.
I'm not
So-
drinking that. As I take a drink of my own, take a sip of my own alcohol.
Oh
We
no,
need
it
to
was
find the
poisoned
rest
with the
of these.
spores!
Yes, Xanbor's
Don't
gonna
poison my
say,
alcohol.
You didn't. Did you make sure no spores got in the alcohol?
My alcohol is always covered.
And there's spores though. They're tiny. We can't see them. You never know. So
I feel like we need to go get the rest of these bottles before some shit happens.
we do. But first, I think we should open a window and let whatever this is out, so we don't breathe it in overnight.
Yeah.
Okay. So I open the window and I get a pillow. Just kind of swing the pillow
Your
just
room
kinda-
instantly drops 30 degrees. Because it's 50 in here and negative 50 outside.
It's a temporary setback, I assure you, as I shiver. And assuredly, hopefully, that I got all the spores and I immediately shut the window. Look at Zanskos Sam, what should we do? Should we, you think we should go to the Netherese thing, or should we go back to what we're doing?
As I keep saying, we need to get these bottles before more of them break and infect others. Then I say we go with this Netherese bullshit.
And from outside the door, you hear Kailani go, and we should probably tell the speaker of this as well, and perhaps earn his favor. Hey, walking away now.
Can I cantrip to her message that says in her mind, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!"
No, that's a good idea.
So, you both look as you hear the voice coming from the door, and you see one eye, and then it looks like half a mouth under the edge of the door. Just kind of talking underneath the door to you.
Kylie, she ain't ashamed. Yeah. She was dropping those eaves.
Because I'm gonna put an alarm on the door so that way if someone gets close, it freaks them out or something. I could crown a madness her, but then she kills everybody, so no.
Yeah,
What is wrong with you?
not recommended.
I have too many things to tell you that would explain that, but we don't have the time, and I don't have
There
the
is
patience.
no explaining that, but
Oh,
I'm gonna
how
start
little
walking
you
out.
know.
Like, we need to get going.
Okay. You open the door and Kailani, you get hit in the face for a second. You're like, oh fuck, and then you back up
No,
real quick.
I saw him coming.
Oh yeah, you were watching under the door. You heard the like.
I just like hurried up and like leaned up against the wall, like, and started. Nothing. I wasn't doing nothing.
Zach, what time of day is it?
It's late. It's like 9 o'clock now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And this is in character, but I see Kailani in the door, right? Because he opened the door.
She's on the outside of the door. Yeah.
Okay. Kailani, you're gonna have to try and do that.
Make a wisdom save. The cleric. Okay, let's see.
We gonna fight?
No, I'm just gonna make you run to your room and get the fuck away from my room, because it's pissing off Xanathor. It's like being snooped on.
14 makes the DC.
Being snooped on by when we're trying to, as a group, figure out how to cure this man.
Either way.
Oh, I just didn't want to be in the same room.
Either way, Kailani, you look in the room after Zanzakoth leaves, and you see Xanathor in there, and you just look at him in the eyes, and you see his eyes flash this color, and you just kind of shrug and walk away.
Wait, no, hold on.
Like that anime stare of, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Did I know he tried to do a thing?
Technically, I mean, it's a verbal component.
So, my trident allows me to do the shocking grasp cantrip.
It's
I
touch.
don't have that written down. Okay, fine. I walk up to him and I just flick him, but a little bit of electricity comes in through my flick, too. And I'm like,
Make an attack roll.
Oh,
Because
fuck,
it's
really?
a melee attack roll.
Yeah, you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna do.
And he's not
little-
wearing metal armor, so if it was metal armor, I'd say yeah, it just fucking shocks him. But
so it won't let me put the shocking grasp thing on my character sheet. So you just want me to just do
I have.
my trident?
No, I don't. I might have. I think I have shocking grasp.
I wonder, because you made your sheet, right?
So, because my trident allows me to do that as an extra cantrip, but D&D Beyond won't let me add it.
Mm-hmm.
Just add it to your character sheet.
I tried, and it like won't, because it says I don't have enough room for it.
What's your spellcasting ability modifier?
It's Wisdom +3.
Okay. What's spell attack roll?
Well, my spell attack +5. Sorry,
Okay, so roll a d20 plus 5.
wrong one. Why are you shaking your head at me?
Not 5 d20s.
Oh, I rolled 5 d20s.
I died.
66. The first
got
one
it.
though was a 19.
Oh, okay.
So roll a d8.
Why are you attacking him?
I mean, I could
I'm
chrono
not,
shift
I
it, but
didn't
I'm
want
not
to
wasting
hurt
it.
him. I didn't want to attack him. I wanted to try to. Can't I like pull back a little bit? Like
Yeah,
that's
I'm
an
not
attack, though.
trying
You'll
to
do
attack
3
him.
damage. You flick him and it's electrical.
Yeah,
and-
that's all I wanted to do.
Careful,
It's like
that's
getting
probably
static
crippling.
shock pretty much.
He tried to like necromance me. I don't even know what he tried to do, but it didn't look pretty.
And she does this. He's like face to face with her. She does this, going, "I don't like being snooped on. You'll see things you're not meant to see.
Weird.
It's a
Walking away to the
warning.
others.
Don't ever snoop on me again."
Don't try to do whatever you were just trying to do with your weird eyes on me again.
Deal. And he just immediately hurries her out of the room and just slams the door. As a dog barks, apparently.
Hit him, boy!
Boy, get back in the shed.
Will Timmy fell down the well? Ah, fuck.
Alright, so you guys turning in for the night? What's the plan? It's like 9 o'clock at night.
I guess we're turning in for the night, and then first thing in the morning, go. I feel like someone should go to the speaker, and then some should go and find what's or nuts.
Yeah, split the party in the last half hour. Do it.
Gives him a lot of time.
It's just an idea. To fucking what is
What's her
her
nuts?
You can't
Donna.
control us.
I can't. I just have to tell
We're
you
gonna
what
all
happens.
Joanna.
We're all gonna split into six
Six
just
different
going
ways.
on our
It
own.
was
Yeah.
it was Joanna. That was Clyde's friend that found the bottles, right?
Oh, Jonah.
Jonah.
What's his nuts?
How do you spell Jonah?
Jonah.
Oh, okay, I spelled that wrong.
We know.
Are
Joanne.
we going to get the bottles? Are we gonna do that before we turn in for the night?
What? Bottles are somewhere gone.
I mean, we could.
They're outside.
We know Jonah is in the blue clam.
Usually. It's where he's known to frequent.
Oh, that's really big.
Hey, Marta, how far away is the blue clam?
Other side of town.
So wait,
Her
we
voice
there-
dropped. Oh my god.
So wait, we're east side. And it's probably this.
It's on the west side.
Yes.
Are we wearing neutral gang colors?
No? You're
I
all
mean-
dressed in white except for you, who's wearing a teddy bear onesie?
Kailani's literally blue.
It's not
Like,
a onesie.
I mean, we could, if we hurry, we could probably get there.
Is our
And
plan just
if he
warn
visits,
him of the
if they
danger?
visit the inn frequently, well, they're probably gonna be there.
I mean, we definitely want to prevent this from spreading.
Yeah, the quicker we find these bottles, the better off it's gonna be.
Right.
Another one of these
Let's
breaking.
neutralize this threat, and then we can rest, figure out what to do.
Guess we start. First, I asked Marta how much we owe her for a room and 2 steaks. How much do I owe her?
I would say that pretty much slate has been wiped.
A room and 2 steaks, 2 gold.
Oh. I guess the health of your father means more.
We haven't done anything to it.
I-
My brother's still sick.
I tossed her a gold, 9 silver, and 5 copper.
Wouldn't it be 10 copper? You shorted her 5 cents.
Yeah, 10 copper. My bad.
What a dick. He showed her 5 cents.
He didn't even tip.
Dealing with this is a tip enough.
It's a gossip cheapskate.
Figuring this shit out is tip enough.
So I'll settle at my bill, but then I'll also charge her the components of my spell that I cast on her father. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Say, I don't
Say,
think there's
wow.
any
I
components,
would
really.
never do that. I would never do that.
But charge her for helping her father. It's like, no, I don't owe you anything
Be
for
like,
the
okay,
inn. You
well, I
owe
owe you
me.
2 gold, but you technically owe me. No.
Yeah, it's for you. You got soup in a room that you split, so I'd say probably 1 gold.
Okay.
I'll pay 9.
How do I do that?
I mean, I'm in the barn right now, so technically no one's told me anything. So I'm assuming these guys are footing the bill. I don't know.
You're in the barn. You didn't order anything, nor did you get a room, so you're in charge of the stable cost.
Oh, I don't think so.
You gotta feed all the animals.
I don't think so.
Alright, well, it is 8:30. We have another half hour. I do need to go to the bathroom, so I think I want to jump on a break for about 5 minutes.
And
Get
with
a
that-
drink real quick. So, we will be right back at 8:35. Cool.
Yep.
getting salami. Okay.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
getting some salami.
We're back. It is the morning.
One each.
We'll make it popcorn.
All right. So we long rested. I take it.
Yes. So anything that you spent last night, you got back.
Oh,
Two.
we rested. We didn't leave.
We long rested.
We did.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
There wasn't really anything that you guys could do that late at night. Just telling you.
Wouldn't be able to see anything that light too because it's like so dark, as I recall.
This is true.
So, what are we going to do? Are we going to go to the mayor or the speaker of the town hall, or are we going to go take care of the man over there that's freezing?
We should go to the Blue Clam and find the dude first.
Yeah, I agree. We should go talk.
Once
to
we
him.
get a hold of all the bottles, then we go to the speaker.
For once, I agree. Let's do that. Unless you have any ideas, Cray.
No, it sounds good to me.
Okay. Alright, so I guess we're all going to the speaker, or not speaker, but the Blue Clam.
Blue Clam?
Marga up what on our way out after we kind of wake up and get ready to go.
Mm-hmm. She's up. She's just doing chores right now, sweeping.
How was your father last night? Has his improvement stayed?
Well, he was
Yeah, it was.
okay when I went to bed last night, and he seemed to be okay whenever I checked on him this morning.
Was their color still in his fingers this morning? Or did the color return to him in any more areas than just his two fingers? The ring?
I think there was a little bit more color in him, yes. I think it was mostly in his hand, though.
Okay, that's a very good sign. Keep him warm. If he's awake, feed him lots of warm soup. And yeah, just keep him as warm as possible. I'm a cleric, you know. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
A mean one, too.
I'll make sure to do that.
Look at Matt's face.
Oh, leave it.
Steve's face. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Oh shit.
Alright, so you guys
That
head out
face-
and
dude,
start
that's-
heading
that's
towards the Blue Clam.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Alright.
Yep.
What do we see? Sounds, smells.
Ooh,
Here,
what's the
dog.
weather like today?
Roll
Why
a
didn't this
D12.
update? What? Question: when we update our characters level up, we're supposed to go to the builder, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It didn't update my spell slots or anything when my spell slots should have increased at level 4.
Do they for a third caster?
It says I'm looking at Arcane Trickster spellcasting. It says 4th level spells known 4 when it was previously 3. First level slots 3 when it was 2. Oh no, that means it did because I have showed 3 slots.
I'd say there's a difference between
Never mind.
spells known and spell slots.
Yeah, you know 4
Yeah.
spells now, so you could have picked one new spell with the restrictions that Arcane Tricksters
didn't-
get.
Right. It didn't give me an option to do that, so I'll have to do that later. Anyway, go on.
Alright. Yep, so you guys make your way to the Blue Clam. That is a 12 on the D12. We'll check what that means. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? That's a bad thing.
God damn it.
The wind
That
is...
chronal shift it.
No, because it's weather.
Oh.
The wind is severe today. Like, that north wind is terrible. Any ranged attacks will be at disadvantage. While in the wind, it is negative 100 degrees. It is a wind tunnel of Arctic air. The good news is there's dim natural light, so at least you can kind of see it being cold.
My eyes don't freeze from the wind itself.
Well, that's the other thing. The first hour, which it would have taken you the morning to walk from one side of the town to the other, I need you all to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm resistant to cold. Do I get advantage to this?
If you are resistant to cold,
Yeah. Guardians of the Depth feature.
You still make it. The DC is different for you though.
Okay.
I have resistance as well.
Okay.
Maybe.
Or when you need to roll a con save. Here we go.
Oh man.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
So,
shit.
Kailani, you're
Wait, does my
okay.
bear suit help?
What's up?
Does my bear suit help?
No.
A +1 bear suit.
Negative 100 degrees and severe winds, like almost a wind vortex. You all fail. You all have one level of exhaustion.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
2?
Damn.
Except for Kailani, who passed by 1.
Blue crap.
I'm gonna roll that 12.
You guys? I was just excited. He told me to roll a d12 and I hit a 12, okay? It wasn't a 1.
So on roll 20, go to conditions, click on that, and you'll be able to click on exhaustion. Conditions is right next to defenses and right under your hit points.
Oh, on
I'm sorry, I was
Beyond?
reading. Say that again, Austin.
Under your hit points on D&D Beyond, click conditions, and you can click first level of exhaustion.
Okay.
It is I believe it's disadvantage on attack, disadvantage on ability checks.
Yes. So, stealth, persuasion, any type of skill check, pretty much. Is
Skill checks, yeah.
Nice.
Sorry.
All right.
Crystal's trying to kill us.
I was trying to see if I could do anything.
The wind also makes open flames, fog, tracks in the snow, and non-magical flying impossible.
This is just awesome.
But
It's already at it.
you guys push your way through the winds, make your way to the blue clam, and inside you see seated on benches a couple people next to long hearths that they are using to warm their feet. They've got plates, eating some what looks like some type of chowder. Smells spicy as you walk in. You see beautiful works of scrimshaw that are hung on the walls. And behind the counter you see a half-orc wearing a chef's hat, just kind of making food, doing his own thing.
Is he the gourmet?
He is the owner and chef.
God damn it, Eric.
What do you guys do?
We'll walk up to the bar.
Get out of this damn cold.
Yeah, you push the door closed. A little bit of effort behind it. But you finally get it closed and everyone sits down, starts warming themselves up. You sit at the bar.
Yeah. We'll talk to the bartender or the guy, the half-orc wearing a chef hat.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I can find a man named Jonah? Zen?
It depends. Who's asking?
Well, we're here on behalf of Clyde and Marta, about some bottles he found by the lake, or in the lake, or on the lake.
Uh-huh.
Very dangerous bottles.
These things contain something that we rather not get out. A sickness. It's afflicted Clyde, and rather not get it outside of the area.
Well, you came to the right place at least. Jonah's over in the corner. You look over and you see an older, heavier set man with pretty much denim coveralls. He looks like your normal, like, down-home truck driver sitting on a fishing boat on the weekends guy.
Does he have a truck?
Middle of winter?
Middle of winter, yep.
And he's wearing that.
Well, he's got coat and stuff on, too.
I was gonna say.
Jean jacket, jean shirt, jeans.
And the last person that dressed normally you guys killed, so...
Yeah, well, he was... Yeah.
Papa?
He deserved it.
I'm gonna call over for everyone, say that found Joni's in the corner, and slowly start walking up to the guy.
He's probably panicking right now.
Is he next to the fire at least?
He's got his feet next to the hearth. They have like this long... I want to call it a foot warmer. It's literally a trough filled with hot coals that is sitting in front of the table.
Good. I can stay warm while talking to this person. Thank goodness. Because I'm freezing. Is he like freaking out that we're all just walking towards him at all?
I found him! He's over here!
There he is. We all point.
No, he doesn't seem to have noticed you. He hasn't really moved much since you guys have came in here. He's got his hat kind of tipped down.
Oh shit. Does he look blue?
You're unable to really even see any skin at the moment. So, you can't tell.
Okay, well, let's walk over.
No reaction.
I lift his hat up and say,
Jesus.
You see a
Purposely do things that normal people would not do in a certain situation.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You see a bald head, blue as ice. He does not move a muscle.
Fuck.
Jonah's sleeping. Bad part? Well, I don't think we're gonna get many answers from Jonah.
Can I check for a pulse?
A pulse?
Yeah,
He's
I'm gonna see.
dead.
Is
He's
he,
frozen.
or is he passed out?
He's blue!
So was the other guy.
So is Kailani.
Okay.
He's blue, so am I.
He's racist again, huh?
Yes, actually.
Hey, what's it all about, huh?
Maybe he's a
You
traitor.
can make a
Maybe
medicine
he's
No,
check.
no.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I will. I will, and I'm going. Got against blue people.
Hate to see what he does as Smurfs.
Natural 1. You go to check his pulse.
My life. I'm the worst cleric ever.
Well, it's about to get worse.
Nail
So
it.
hold on one
God.
second. As you go to check his pulse, you go to put your hand on his. I'm talking to you, yeah.
No, not you.
Sorry.
You put your fingers on his wrist, and as you push down to check for the pulse, the hand cracks and his hand falls to the floor.
Ooh.
Now we have a hand on the floor. You just, I mean, why are you breaking?
Hey, barkeep, how long has he been over here?
He's been here since last night.
And you didn't think to check on him?
Well, people like to sleep off their ale.
He turned blue?
They can't see it from where it's at.
Fuck.
They have
Is this
no
something
idea.
I can do? This is horrible. Can I do spare the dying? Maybe.
You get the feeling the time for spare the dying has long passed.
I told you guys I'm a terrible cleric.
Can I start picking his pockets? Like,
Oh,
is there
for fuck's
any
sake.
pockets to pick, or?
I'm proud of you.
Yes, there are pockets to pick. Make
All
a
All eyes on this guy
investigation
right
check.
now?
You're gonna find some blue liquid in its pockets, and it's gonna touch
Oh
you.
my god.
18. Searching through his pockets, his clothes aren't frozen. It just seems like he is frozen. So it's pretty easy to look through him, especially because he's not reacting. You find what looks like a fishing lure in one pocket. He's got it tucked in like the top pocket, hook through the flap of it. And then you find 5 gold. And you also find next to him, not in his pocket, but you couldn't see it from where you were at until you started rifling around, there is a pickaxe.
Okay, so a fishing hook, 5 gold, and a pickaxe.
Yep.
Is there anything special about this fishing hook?
Lucky fishing hook. It was very special.
It was probably his favorite. He carried it around on him.
I named it.
You don't name your
Put
lure.
so much food on his table.
You put it on your hat.
I lay the fishing hook on the table. I pocket the 5 gold, and oh, that's it. Just look at the gang. It's like, okay,
You're like, and I'm done.
walk away.
Well, there's the end of our leads.
I don't know.
Well,
Barkeep.
no.
Your buddy Jonah's dead.
Barkeep.
Yeah?
Did you happen to see a blue bottle in this man's hand, or see any blue bottles with perhaps a gemstone as a cork, as a stopper?
I mean, when he stopped by here earlier, yeah, a couple days ago, I guess it was, he had said he'd found some blue bottles down in the mare. But I didn't see him. Said he was taking them over to the east side. That way he could give them to his buddy. Thought they were alcohol.
Yep, you guys think our leads are dead.
Was Jonah a minor at all?
Wait.
Oh.
This was the guy that dropped him off. What did she say about who picked him up?
I thought
'Cause
this was.
they put him
I
out
thought they
back.
said this was also the guy that picked him up.
I did too.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so he came back for them. Got it.
Barkeep, excuse me. I'm sorry to keep bothering you. Does Jonah have a room here at the inn? And would you mind if we, looked around?
Well, this isn't
Bottle
exactly an inn.
very
This is a tavern. Most people just come here to eat and drink.
I thought the Blue Claim was okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, this is a dockside tavern.
Can you point me to Jonas's home?
Yeah, he's got a home on the outside of town to the north.
Would I know how to find it with those directions?
You
It's
can
just
point
a
us the
Jonah's
way.
place.
This is kind of a dire circumstance. Yeah. Oh shit! It was the one I was thinking. I'd say, guys, I think we need to go in the speaker now. Our leads have just plummeted.
I don't think so. He's
I
got a
think we should go
pickaxe.
to his house
I
first.
just look at Cass like,
I go over and
You
look at
can
the
look
pickaxe.
at me
Is
with
there
the
anything?
side, but there's a pickaxe next to him, and there's a mine here. Obviously, it means something. Use your context clues with the clues in front of you.
But what
It
let's
means he's
use
a
our
minor.
knowledge and understand that we know that the speaker is wanting to pay somebody to help clear out the mine. So before we go to the mines, we most definitely need to go to the speaker first.
we also can't just break into someone's house.
Well, we sure could.
The rogue says
I
different.
mean,
The rogue disagrees.
Great.
have you seen our party? We just
I will-
robbed
Why are
a
we
dead
saying this out
guy.
loud in front of a barkeep?
Okay,
Mr.
listen.
Barkeep, is
Perfect.
Jonah a family man? Does he have family? Or was he a loner?
He kept to himself mostly.
Okay, we're going to the dude's house.
Clearly a loner. And we just watched him rob him, a dead guy, on a bench in a bar, and you said nothing. But you have morals when it comes to his home?
Yeah.
No.
You can leave. I agree with Cass right now.
I mean, I have an idea. Why don't we split up and some people go to the speaker and let them know about this, and me and some others will go check out his house. Make sure that if this is as bad as it is, we need to find where it is and secure it
I agree
before
with Craig.
some bad people get
That
to it.
sounds
Those
like a good
four
plan.
That's
beginning
something to
raise
agree
your
to.
hands.
I say you should probably at least take Xanavor if he's familiar with these bottles. Zanzakoth also has experience with them, but I know he wants to speak to the speaker. I will go with Zanzakoth to the speaker if that's what he wishes.
I think that's a good idea.
Very well. Let's go, Craig.
I'll go to his
Don't
home.
leave him with me alone.
Well, who's all going to go to the speaker and
I
who's
don't want
all?
to stay with the racist.
Why am I crazy?
Kailani, why don't you come with us?
I would like to, but then I also see the look in Zanzibar's eyes. I'm like,
Okay, well then why don't
Arwen can
Okay,
go
why
with
don't
you.
you go to
house, but
yeah, Arwen can come with us.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Hey,
Arwen's probably sneakier.
go to the house with him.
Well, I just like the idea of having a cleric on when it comes to magical bottles that are
Right.
killing
Yeah.
people, but
And I can heal too, so just in case.
So can I.
So, but
Oh.
you go to the speaker because again, you can heal if some shit happens. I'll go to the house, and then that way nobody's going
Yeah,
against what their morals want them to do.
Arwen can choose whether she wants to go to the speaker or go to the house.
I'll go over to the speaker. That's
So
fine.
Zach, we are literally splitting the party at the end of this because
Yep.
we wanted to.
Yeah.
I know. I know. I'm waiting for you guys to solidify a plan so I can end it.
Yep,
Well, will you
we,
also
we
remember
just
that
did.
plan next time? 'Cause
I think
won't.
Zanzakoth and I are gonna go to the speaker, and
With
everybody else.
Me,
Arwen.
Oh, with
and
Arwen?
Arwen's coming with us.
Okay, and then the other three are gonna go B&E.
Yep.
Alright. Well, so
Deity.
as the three of you split off from the other three, both heading in different directions towards similar goals that co-align, we're going to pick up next week and see what happens then. So, thank you everyone for stopping by. We will be back on
So well
Sunday. Is our
internally.
next one?
Not next Thursday, but the Thursday after.
Yeah, we're off next Thursday for this game, so
We are?
Yes.
yeah, Matt's off that week, so we decided
Yeah.
we're going to do every other week pretty much for April. So,
Oh yeah.
and then probably
Okay.
mid-May, towards the end of May, hopefully we can actually get together and play and not play on Zoom.
Except
Yeah.
the first week of June, we're in Tennessee, so
We'll figure
Well,
it
we
out.
can play
Yeah.
on Zoom then. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because you guys are bringing
we'll
a
figure out
laptop,
what to
or
do.
we could even skip that week. Either way. But we'll be back on Sunday. Is our next game, Prince of the Apocalypse, which should be, bless you, the very last game of Princes of the Apocalypse, hopefully.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I'd say I don't think this one is the kaiju fight. I think the one after this will be the kaiju fight.
Either way, Sundays, expect kaiju fights.
Yeah,
Either this week or the next week.
that'll be
It'll be
fun.
Yep. But
Elemental kaiju fight.
we will see you all around next time. Have a good night.
Adios.
Bye.
I
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.